Oh, yeah.
Water my garden?
I am.
He always does.
Outside?
Hey, Clahoya Conway.
Clahoya.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
oh. Son o Cookson.
No, it
Like a muck make a Dennis muck.
no, it Dennis son Muckma.
Jonathan muck. Yeah.
Well, lately, Helen I can miss like kind of marks was like
Yeah, really.
Honestly, like a slot of Mamuk Cup Saturday. Alta.
Oh,
Kind of like a slot of kind of wow, kind of marks was like
Cookson make a hero.
no, it
Muck.
like
Oh.
Queen Victoria, Yakas.
Oh.
We play the Chaco Queen Victoria.
Are you must Queen Victoria?
No, ja, ankeri ich the Shushwap Sluchman Yaka Mamuk Yaka Mash paper cup Queen Victoria Chinook paper Yaka Mamuk cup Dennis stick skin Yaka Mamuk Chinook paper
Oh.
Yaka Wawa, you know, so how you
Like a
like
nani?
a highest tie. Well, Dave Yaka Mamuk mislide up a paper cup Yaka website. Well, Yaka mash cup what's his name? Why can't I remember his name? I should really remember his name. Wilfred Laurier. Yaka Mamuk God save the Queen.
Oh, wow. Oh. Okok Kluchman, Yaka Mamuk Tam?
No, it
Oh,
yeah.
Copas.
Dennis Luchman.
Oh.
Yaka named Betsy.
Famous Yaka. Famous Copa. Chinook.
Well, Lunas, ich mag's time, legend, Yaka Mamuk of name, the like a tam plus Helen is like a context plus Betsy plus Haloima, Dennis Luchman Okok, Lunas Hayu Betsy miss like Kappa Beast, Helen like a context.
Oh, teacher. Teacher Jacka Jackal. Got cultish Wawa.
Well, Lily Helenaga Mamuk called the Chihuahua paper. Wow, called the Chihuahua paper. Like a Mamuk Dennis paper. Dennis called the Chihuahua paper. He was like a Mamuk Chaloima paper be.
Oh.
Yeah, Dennis. Well, like a Nanich Masaika Mamuk Okok Chihuahua Cappuccino Kokok
Haiku.
Haiku no Well, dan is anke die pus Dave mamuk kamtaks kopa een like kata ook newspaper mislight kopa internet. Like thought knowledge ook paper be like a clap or hi you chnook like a clap kopa yawa. Be like a clap Dennis I poem like a clap. Lunas Mark's poem A Hilton Yakamamuk a Pilton Pilton a crazy man Yakamamuk Yako Yakamamuk sitcom Chinook sitcom English poem. Yakamamuk ich line Chinook Pielde Yakamamuk ich line English. Dave Hill, it's like a Quan, I guess.
Lines to a Kluchman.
Lines to a Kluchman.
Okok man, Yakamamuk. Lines to a Kluchman, P. Lines from a Kluchman, P. Lines from a sitcom Dutchman. Yakamamuk Conway Ogok. Like a dum dum. Kluchsan, Conway.
Look, Dennis Amkatineka Mamuk Dennis Galtishwa paper Kata Boston Judge Chaco Pilton.
Ogok highest tie Boston Judge Tillicum.
No, okay.
Yeah, Dennis Ankatitlaska Chaco crazy. Hilo flaska teki pus nasaika kamtaks kagwa. The clonus flaxta momo kamtaks nasaika kagwa.
Well, Nagatigi Mamo Kamtaks Kopatilicum Kata well, Ikta flaska Wawa Okuk law telecum, Okuk lawyer telecum, flaska Wawa stare decisis. No, Edka. Kaku plus Wawa plus Kakwa judge Mamuk Dumptum Mankati. With Klush plus Chaka Hoima Masaka Dumptum Alta. P. Okuk Tai Judge Telecom Copa Boston Illy Flaska Marshall Yes, Milton. Gone away law. Pusalem's like a mislight. Stare decisis. Hello mislight law. Pusalem mislight law.
No, it can't. Conservative judge Telcon Flaska Wawa. Oh, hello, Nasaya Kateki. Mamu Kloima Ekta. Hello. All the Nasaka Mamu Kloima Conway Ekta.
Yeah. Dennis Till, this Mamuk Caught man, Flaska Law, Chinook.
Red guy.
Yeah, make a try.
Hayu Mamuk was Mamuk Chinook. Okok White man Klaska Law. There's an idea. Oh wow. Fluxta Dicky tribe was Mamuk Chinook Conway Oko US Constitution.
Well, Dave, Anka di nag try was Pavo Chinook UN Declaration of Human Rights.
Kata
Yeah.
Chagu.
Wait, clue.
Oh.
Well, I naga top plus go you know, like dependent territory, you know, Kata it's like dependent territory. Like naga top ich well, Lejun Yakamamuk Kopa Kamuks Wawa paper Halo Slaska Mislight government Kopit or Halo Kopit Ish Yaka Mislight government. Clunus Flush Kakwa.
Yeah, Clunus.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Halo Nasaika law traditions, Kapajanapawa. You know, Halo Nasaika Midlight, Ankati Oichet was Mamuk law, Kagwa, quite delicate. Pikakwa, yeah, Halo Nasaika Gundux Kata was Wawa Kanwi Ekte. Yeah. Well, Dread Kagok treaties Kubanasaka Ilahi. You know, we Kata was Fluxta Mamuk Chinook, we Kata was Dread Mamuk Chinook. Ikta Ugo government Taitel from Flaska Wawa. Yeah, Masaka context. P. Wuch Naiga Tontum. Ukuk Undrip, the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Persons. Well, you know, Clonus Wikatapus, Wawa, Kanui Okuk, Undrip Tumtum, Kupa Kanui Lalang. You know, the especially Kupa Indigenous people, Fleska Lalang. You know, we say, Chagu, cock shit, naked tum tum.
Nega Tlapokuk paper. Kach, Lujan Yakawawa, Hill Flaska Mislite government, Kopit Ish, Yakawawa, Tennis Saya Wucht, Naseka Nanich Ish, Dennis Town, Yakane Monaco. Halo, Yaka Halo French, the Halo Italian, Yaka Mislite government, Kopit East, Yaka, Kopit 15,000 Tilcum.
Red Clush Kakwa, P. Wuch, you know, all Halo Nega. Plus Dread Kagwa, dependent territory, P. Independent territory.
Yeah. Well, plus Yagamam some cock with Clunus Dolcum Flaska Comtox.
Well, he alta, you know, each minute Elip was snag a child cook meeting, Niaga, how you manage kupa Google pus ich tennis wawa schnook, Masaga,
Schnuck.
Masaga Gumtex, Ikta schnook.
Wait, ik de schnock.
Chinook.
Yeah, kopa oko, you know, Masaga Kumbax Hayu Tillicum, Fluska Wawa, you know, kopa CHINOOK, Fluska Wawa Schnook, P, Nika Tlatwa, Iskamoko Schnook, kopa Internet, P, Cockapus, Juice Tillicum, Tunis Wawa, kopa Halo Latet, man, kopa Idiot. Schnook Micah. Well, Flushpa's contacts. Micah Wawa Schnook. Flush Alton the Saga Wawa Schnook Wawa.
Well, Clunas gan zich Tillicum Mamuk name or Cookwawa. That was good to get you know.
Oh, how you Ankati, how you Tillicum Flaska, you know, Halo Latet Wawa Oko Chinook, you know, P. Flaska Mamuk Kagwa, Kupa Flaska book, P. Flaska newspaper, P. You know, Quantus Oko Tillicum, Tillicum Flaska Halo Contacts Chinakwa. You know, plus Halo Micah Gumtux Ukuk La Lang, oh Alda Micah Dumtum, Halo Latet Wawa Ukuk, P. O Clunas Wucht Micah Dumtum Ukuk, China Man Wawa Wucht, Halo Latet Wawa, P. Micah Dumtum, French Wawa, French La Lang, Halo Latet Wawa, you know, Copa Ukuk, Halo, Ekta, not Micah, Gumducks. You know, if you don't know anything, you think other people's language is idiot talk.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Kalakalawawa.
Kalakalawawa. Ah, yeah.
Ultimate Hui Okoklala Kupa who's Conway Tillicum Cumtux. Maybe when we do this, we should do a little bit of just for anybody who missed all that. We can just capture everybody up.
On what we were just talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
I know
were
schnook, but schmuck. Did you mean schmuck?
Schnook.
Schmuck.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, Tlushpas, Msaika, Tladwa Kuba Google, P. Mamuk SHNOOK.
Okay.
P. Ukok Web Ilahi Nigananich Alda Wawa Schnook. Noun, simpleton, dope. Clonus, Choggle Kupa Yiddish Lalang, Schnook, elephant's trunk, you know, elephant Yaka Yulkat Noose. Pete Clonus, sitcom Kupa Schmuck.
Sitcom Kupa schmuck. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Schmuck.
Pete Clonus, Clonus sitcom, you know, Clun sitcom, Yakwa. Clonus sitcom Kup Dutchman along Schnucke. Dennis Lemuto.
Dennis Lemuto, the little sheep.
Yeah, Clun sitcom mitleid Copa Okuk. Schnuck.
Is 1/3 or a third of a half or 3 seconds.
It's got 3 halves. I forget which band put out a LP record back in previous times that had 3 sides. They did. I can't remember. I don't think it was Spinal Tap, was it? Schnook. Yeah. How you telecom? Hey, little flaska. Come to Michael Wawa, plus Michael Wawa Chinook. Messiah done.
Well, yeah, hi telkom heel slaska kamtak sokuk wawa pi klona slaska kamtak sokuk danas wawa chno.
Paulus thasam. Pluska.
Slaska like noeka slaska kamtak sokuk salmon okuk pi okuk win pi klona heel slaska kamtak sokuk wawa.
Copa Nasaiga Elahi, yeah, Naweka, Telegram Pluska, Comtax, Hokuk Sama, and Piokuk Ween. Yeah, P, you know, Copa Chloima Elahi, Halo Flaska Contact.
Hello, Ecto, Cook Saya, Eli, Tiltum, Comtax, Dave.
Hello, Ecta. Hello, Ecta. Hello, Nika Comtax, you know, Ecta Mamuk, Ankati Nika, Flatwa Cup of New York was school. Hello, Ecta Flaska Comtax. Was Nika, Flatwa Cup of Dr. Franz Boas, Yaka School. Hello, Ecta Nika Chaco Comtax. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. How you midwit stick poolily conwy ka yakwa cup of Spokane, you know, ween mamuk fladwa how you midwit stick poolily tree dust alda Picagua naga mamu naga wawa chlui ma couple pollen.
Oh, pollen.
Halo Nika allergies, you know, Halo Nika conducts, Halo Nika allergies, we'll midwit stick poolily, Mamu Kata Nika, all that.
Mamu kata, hurt you? Mamu kata.
Oh, well, you know,
Bother you?
yeah, Cogopus, Grand Round Wawa, Mamu Kata,
Kata.
Nika Tum Tum Telecom Kuba BC. Plus got contacts, so coke. P oh, you know, mumuk trouble like P oh bonus worked how you boycott puswawa coke. Probably a lot of ways to say it, you know. Cogopus mumuk cock shit like a ween.
Oh.
P you know, mumuk Momok stop Nika win.
Stop like a win. So you can't.
Michael Chaco News?
Hey.
Oh, cook Poland, Kako Michael Chaco.
Well, Ictamika nonage. Ictamika nonage.
No.
Wixaya.
Stick Puli Chaco.
Wixaya Mimlus Niga.
Wick Lely Nika Mim Chaco Mimlus.
Well, you know, Halo Niga, you know, Niga Mosh conduct so Platypus Wawa Coffee Sneeze Scopa BC Clona Sneeze. Oh wow. You know.
No soho.
What concept like a Donich Flaska Wawa Kaku Cam so
Yeah, Cogopus Oregon Wawa. Wait,
I well what concept like a Donich Flaska Wawa sneeze Copa Conaway Oichat Elo Oichat plus Wawa Cook Dennis Wawa Elo Naga Complex Caught a Flaska Wawa Unkati. I don't know. I've just never seen any word for that.
Yeah, Aldaneka tribe was non-edge or sneeze, Copa Kamlubs Wawa, Copenhagen computer, P Oh, kopit nika knowledge business.
You sneeze?
Business.
Business.
Yeah, direct.
Bees
Business.
needs.
Business.
Oh, business. Yeah. No, I got business.
Halo make a
Ah,
business. Halo make a business. Dread BC. Wawa. Halo make a business.
None of your business?
Flaska Wawa.
Halo like a business. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, Halo Nika top. Dennis Wawa got the sneeze. Huh. Well, all the Klushbus it's like a Wawa sneeze. Red coffee.
Well, Clunas Laska Wawa Wah. Laska Wawa Wah plus puke.
Yeah.
Wah. Clunas.
Tennis walk. Tennis
Wah.
walk.
Dennis
Dennis
Wah. Wah. Up a nose.
Walk
Walk
up the
up the
nose.
nose. Yeah.
No squat.
Throw it by the nose. Walk.
Oh,
Oh.
Carter Flush.
Ew.
It's like an invent tea. Tennis walk.
Wow.
It's like a monk cheat in a swallow. Wow.
Dennis Wawa miss like cup and like that. Like knowledge legend yaka paper kata ko gankati Rome telecom.
Oh.
Yaka Wawa. Or yaka siatsum kata flaska wah gone away the flaska be all the wah flaska be all the flaska wah be all you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Rome, they were doing this. They were doing
Yeah. I mean,
Vomitorium.
yeah.
Vomitorium.
Yeah, the vomitorium.
Oncutty.
Yeah.
Nike Cam Loops Wawa 1893 Ka Fluska Mamo Kata Dyspepsia. He all the Nagananich. Ikta Ukuk Dyspepsia. Man Halo Yakachako Olo.
Man
Halo Yakachako. So a person doesn't get hungry. Was Yaka Mukmuk. Yaka Chaco sick, heavy. Sometimes Yaka Wach, Yaka Mukmuk.
He throws up his food.
Yeah. Wow. Yaka Chaco sick, heavy.
Sick, heavy. Why wouldn't he say tall or till or till?
Huh?
No. Wouldn't he say heavy is till or call?
Till.
Yeah, till, bonus. P Flush, Ogok, sick, heavy, Nika, Tiki, Wawa, Kava. Yaka Hayak, sick, dum, Chaco Hayak, Salix. Pus, Micah, myth like dyspepsia. Micah, Chaco Hayak, Salix.
Become really quickly angry.
So you barf a lot and you're angry a lot if you have dyspepsia.
Oh, I see. Huh.
Anyway, wach, naga flatwa pus nonage over wach be naga top kagwa. Beatlonus wach, yeah, wach cubanos, wach cubanos.
We just
sorry.
Okay. Wach, Michael Wawa.
Well, wach cockpus wawa poor, right? Poor.
Yeah, wach chuck, wach like a top kagwa, cup of kamloops wawa, wach chuck, pour water. Piwach, Piwach, Slasko wawa, wach muck. Wach Micah muck. Puss. Dread sick Micah. Halo Nika glop sneeze. All the nega tribe was glop cough. Couple kamloops wawa. Ikta. Oh, halo.
Pus my get clap of dyspepsia. Clonus legioniaca patlich illstone cup of Micah. Kakoyaka Mamuk was Smith light Spanish flu cup of BC. Yaka patlich. Well,
The illstone?
well, paya stick, charcoal, yaka patlich charcoal cup of tilicum. Yaka wawa slaska puslaska mukmuk ill stick, paya stick. Pus mamuk mislite saya haya sick.
So charcoal is a medicine?
He would suck on charcoal when he was treating Spanish flu patients because he thought it would protect him.
Filtration. No, it can.
Ik find like a colon hoho pus cough, but hilo like a complex ka.
Oh, Conway Ka Kapa Columbia River.
Okay.
Mamuk hoho. Mamuk hoho.
Hayu Shawash Lalang. Lucht. Klush Pusnaika Mamuk Nanich. Book Yakwa. Kialda Naga Hayu Nanich. Okuk Montana Salish. Tuniswawa book. B. Naga Nanich. Yakwa. Copa coughing. Buska wawa. Oho. How you shawash lalang? Wawa kappa. P all right.
What cotton is like a guan, like a Dave.
Alda. Okay. Naga wawa naga. Dennis man midlight. Dennis san makmak. Kobayaga. P Kobayaga ow. Alda naga wawa kava kopa kanui masaiga. P alda ikta mamuk naika mamuk mute. Pus naika wawa kopayaga. Why did I mute when I was saying that? Then I go and tell you guys the exact same thing. Hey, little tat naika okoksa.
Listen, Micah.
Oh, all the naika nanich couple kanui naika kamloops wawa beepa p. What's that? Heel like a top. Oh, Helulness like a gumtux cotopus wawa cough. Done a sig wawa.
Well, Dave, Clonus Covet Slasko Wawa. Nega Mamuk be all the neck. No.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Halo Till was covered like a
Clonus Till plus Mamuk be it's like a wow.
Oh well.
Oh no,
Mamuk
Mom.
Nanich. Mamuk Nanich. Covered son. Mamuk picture. Pues, pues helo midflight tennis wawa, kope, mega mamuk picture. Add characters, mamuk wacht hayu tennis picture, kopa chinook pipa.
Well, Dave, Mega Mama Kako Kopa Kamut or Kelta Schwawa.
Mm.
It's like a Mama Kata Chris or Will Smith Yaka
Oh,
Kakopus fight Chris Rock. Halo Mislight Ish Tennis Wawa plus punch. I mean Tunaslaska Wawa Pok or something, right? Kappa Oregon Pete. Halo Slaska Wawa Kakwa Kappa Campus wallpaper. Bonus. Each time like a Kappa Senon Jacka paper P.
Yeah. Kopit each time, yeah. Okay, well, Halo Flux complex Old Chino Tennis Wawa Peacock Micah Mamuk picture. Nika complex. Well, it's interesting, it interests me because it's about Chinook, so that's obvious. But it's pretty great, getting into these conversations, and these are many of the same kinds of things people would encounter a need to say in Chinook, in the times that we know it was spoken a lot.
Yeah. It's like a, Wawa. Oh, Nika Mamukakwa, Pialta Yaka, fall down, it's it'll tell Pus Wawa punch, Pus Mika Mamukakwa. Nika.
Tlunas Conway Clush was Halo Mika Wawa Ikta Kupa punch, Micah Kupa Clushpus Micah Wawa Conway Ikta Wucht. Conway Ikta Wucht Chaco. So you say everything else that happened. P, Telecom Micah Wawa. Oh, well, Flaska Cumdux Ikta Chaco, Flaska Cumdux Ichman punch Ichman. P Ukuk Ichman Yaga fall down. Oh, Naga Cumdux. P Halo shoot. Halo make a dread ticky Tanaswawa Copa punch. We kicked that. We highest that.
Yeah, well, Pusmaga Wawa. Oh, East man. Yaka Masachi Wawa, Yaka Sluchbin, Yaka Chaco Salix, all the Yaka Slato Kopiaka, Piaka Bisoska Kakopus fight Gonamox, Piaka fall down. That don't really have to say punch there specifically, I guess.
Yeah. Nawitka Nikatum Conway Fluxta Kopo Sawash Pipa Copa BC Quanison plus Kawawa Cockshit. Quanison,
Yeah.
I mean, Flux to Wawa Cockshit Copa Conway Ecta, Yaka Chago Cockshit Copa train, Copa steam car. Well, he got run over by a train. Geez, P-Flux to Wawa, Cockshit Nika Latet. Was Nika Dum Dum Copa Icta Till. Let's go Wawa Cockshit Copa Conway Icta. P Wook Nika Tom Tom. Let's go Wawa. Oh, Ukukman, Yaka Cockshit, Ukukman. P Fluska Solix, Conamoxt. When in doubt, say cock shit.
Kapananka Okuk Kolan Kakwa beat him up. Okuk tennis more serious than just puck puck. Am I right?
Yeah.
In that connotation?
Naga dum dum mama cock shit, yeah. You know, because ich telecom mama cock shit, Slaska. You know, well, Conway, Fluxter, Comdox, Halo Yaka, Break Yaka. You know, Yaka Mamu, you know, Kagwa, Grand Run Telecom, Flaskawawa, Yaka Mamu, Conway, Kata, Yaka. You know, was Mamu Cockshut. Beat up and you know, Pluska, Dret Solix, Conamox, Copalima. They fought together by hand.
Is kata is less serious than cockshut, maybe?
Well, Kata is more southern than you know, Nagatum, oh Kata Masaka. Nagatum, Clunus, DC Telcom Plus got Gumdux plus Micah Wawa, Momo Kata, Plus, P. Dret Nika Gumdux, Quantum Plus Wawa, Cockshit, P. Solix, Conamoxt. Halo Quantum Plus Wawa, Pite, P. Fight, Nika Dum. Halo Dread, Quantum.
Well, so let's go all cock with up a camel swap paper. Hi, time let's go all cock. Fight. Ich dich, du hast hi time.
Naga up, Nasaka Tiki fight, Kobayaka Dillicum.
I mean, Lunas Legion Yakam Mamuk P.
Well,
P-
Shawash, yeah, Shawash P. Halo Naga Dread up fight. P. Kupa Campbell's Wawa, how you fight. Oh yeah, Midlight Kupa Okok Marseillaise du Whiskey with Nawika. Conway, Sagas, Fusalt Messiah, Jago Fight, Peacocka. Jago Fight on oh, Slaska. Oh yeah, Naga Notch, how you fight Kupa newspaper. Flaska up whiskey, Pichaco Patlam, Pichaco fight Kanamax. Fine. P. Yeah. Well, worked all the Hill and the Sacred Conducts, how you Hector. The Flush, you know, Carver, Flush, but all the Nasaka Hayuwawa, Copper Chinook, P. Nasaka Chaco Conducts, well, Ecta Wach, Nasaka Tiki, Wawa, Copo Cook Lalang, P. Well, Flush, Pus Nasaka, Momok Chi Tanswawa. You know, Gret, Kagwa, Conway Lalang. That's how languages work. Alex Kata, Mike Slatwananich. You know, Kata Mike Tribe was Tlop Chinook Wawa Tennis Wawa Yawa Kata Micah Mamuk.
Naked Slaughter with Nanich Dennis Wawa book, dictionary book. Okay. Is that You mean it? Well,
Yeah.
Nika not high you chinook paper Nika be all the Oko chinook paper miss like Copa Nika with that. Hell Nika miss like
Kago Niga Tonga.
paper, yeah.
Yeah, Halo Micah Mosh Cumtux Icta. Flush Latet Micah.
Your question
Ukum
was
Latet.
how does he come up with the words? Is that-
Yeah, you know, Kata Micah Tripus Plop, right? Kata Micah Tlapa Nonich, Kanu Yokok Tunaswawa. Kata Nika Mama, well, Nika Mama Kupa Icht app, Nika Midlight, Kupa Nika computer, P Nika Nonich Kupa Kanu Nika Kamloops Wawa, Pipa Nika Mama Kupa English alphabet.
This did happen a little bit ago where somebody was talking about crows, and I remembered the word crow. They say crow, C-R-O, crow, for crow in the Bible history. I was like, I know I've seen that somewhere, but I don't have any way of searching. I was like, oh, it was Noah yaka mash slachani ich kala. Yaka mash slachani crow plus yaka tlap dry ilhi pi hello crow killapai pialda yaka mash ich wuch kala pigeon yaka name pioko pigeon or what golelioko pigeon killapai.
When I'm listening
I
to
just remember things like that.
when I'm listening to Joe Peter, you know, I'm doing the Joe Peter tape, and he says clackla, and he says bird, clackla, and I was just wondering, do you think that's a really old way? You know, guy was born 1894 near Fort Vancouver. You know, maybe clackla. Do you think that's?
Could be.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Could be a
think
variant
yeah.
of Gullah Gullah, right?
There is a lot of variation in that word in those old dictionaries. Yeah, some of them look like they were hearing and saying something like Joe Peter. And like in the old, you know, in the Chinookan language, there's real variation in, you know, the sort of words that gave us that one, you know, the etymology, sources of the jargon word. And, you know, Piwak Nika Tum Tum, Kan we Flagsta, Afke Gumdax, Ikta Joe Peter Yakawawa, you know. Hilo Kagwa Chloima Tunaswawa. Puts Mikawawa Kalakla, you know. Hilo Kagwa E Wach Tunaswawa. Piala Mika Gumdax. Puts Yakawawa Kalakla.
Sometimes sukuk man slaska mamuk some kali or something like that, don't they?
Yeah.
The tribe name on Survivor right now is Gullah Gullah.
Hey.
Tribe name on Survivor right now is Gullah Gullah.
Oh, huh. Naga Tuntumpus slugs to Kali. Well, plus Yaga Dre Yagawawa Kalakala.
Yeah.
You know, plus the Kopadogo plus how you Tuntum cover English. you know, kind of like how Sawash, you know, a couple of Métis French la langue, oh, hayu, Quaikman, Chago, Mamuk, Tsamok, Sai Wash. Well, Nagatumdum Ela, Copa Ela, Halo Fluska Wawa, Sai Wash, P Fluska Mamuk Tsum, I, Copa Ah, you know, Copa Fluska English dialect, Copa America. You know, rot there, right? Micah context. Cadipus mamuk oh, I Sawash. You know, Halo flux to Wawa Sai Wash Copa Elib, you know, but when people started writing Sai Wash, well, all the Flaska Chago Wawa Sai Wash. You know, spelling pronunciation is Wawa. Picagua. Those things have happened. Yeah, or you know, you see old documents, you know, where folks are writing marsh. Well, wuch ilip, fluska mamo war.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Halo
Clackster.
flux. Hey, yeah, Clackster. Well, Halo.
Australian.
More.
Or nor. Halo flux to dread wawa, you know, war. Halo flux to wawa, Clackster. Halo flux to wawa. You know, couple spelling, you know.
Yeah, well, my King George Sluchman, Nugget Sluchman, Yakawaka, like Hill Yakawawa are. Pasnaika Mamuk War Yakawawa Wawa.
You know, you know, pus kopet ich word, you know.
No, yeah, Laska Mamuk
Mislike
Mislike
Tunis Wawa, you know, Halo Neka Wawa Rikta.
No,
Yeah, oh, Naga Kanda Koko King George Telecom.
Quantum Naga Mamu Kihi Yaka Naga Wawa Kaka Naga Mamu Kihi Yaka.
Yeah, Naga Contax Kappa Uvek Ich Naga students Yaka Chaco King George Elihipi Yaka Wawa Kava. Yeah. Hello Neka Wawa Rikta.
Gonna slush the psycho Mamu Samoko car all the day.
Yeah.
Oh, to go back to that question about how I find words too, though, Dave, often I do just search words on your site to find examples of them if I can't remember where I've seen them before.
Yeah, well, most likely place. Yeah. Okay.
Alex, you have such a good memory, though. I mean, your memory is incredible. You never forget a word when you see it, it seems.
Yeah. Well, Quantum Naika Hayu Mashkam Dex Tuniswala. Picagua Naika Fladwa Nanich Kuba Naika website. Quantum San Naika Nanich Ikta Kuba Naika website. Pinaika Dum. No,
oh, wow, Ankati Naika Mamut Sam?
Naika Mamut Sam?
So you use the same technique as Alex does. You look at your own website.
It's
forgetting's a part of the process. You always forget.
Right. I have forgotten more than you ever knew about Chennai.
I'm sure.
It's a good thing too. Yeah. the more that you keep researching something, I guess, you know, the new understanding makes some of the old stuff fade away, but then you go back and find, wow, I wrote this 10 years ago. That's actually really good. And now I know, I understand, you know, that was a good discovery then, but now it's even better. Right now, I am looking through the old listserv, you know, the original Chinook website. Yeah, and this, I have this experience sometimes. Yeah, man, we talked about something really cool there, and I forgot we ever knew about that. Let me see. Did I put up a post on my site today? I think I did.
Yeah.
I think it's an
Okay.
example.
Tate's
Yeah.
jargon.
Okay. Hi, Umasi. Yeah. You know, naga momok mithlite oko kapa chinook listserv dret ankati pi alta naga mosh gumducks. You know, I forgot I'd put that up there, but that's one of the greatest things. That's one of the greatest little bits of Chinook that I've ever come across. It's absolutely awesome stuff. I got it from this professor at UVic, Wendy Wickwire. And it was great. It was when I was doing my dissertation about these native letters. And then here's this thing from James Tate that's virtually carbon copy of how those folks were talking, right? Which a lot of that was new discoveries at the time. And then she says, oh, hey, have you ever seen this? Well, amazingly, Tate is talking Chinook just like I'm discovering people talked it in BC. So that was wonderful. Plus, you know, he's such an important historical figure. It's great to see how he talked Chinook. Now I need to dig. He wrote a letter in Thompson Salish to Father Lejeune that Wendy Wickwire gave me, and I have that someplace.
If any settler was going to speak good, genuine Chinook, like Indigenous folks, you'd think it would have been Tate.
Yeah,
he's a really interesting guy.
Yeah.
Do we just have the one letter, or do we have more letters from him?
In Chinook, just one that I know. But you know, he was buddies with Father Lejeune. Apparently they could talk at least these two languages together, Thompson Salish and Chinook jargon. And well, yeah, and you know, the same thing has to be said about Father Lejeune too. I mean, we can hear his French accent now that we know quite a bit about jargon these days. But still, we can also tell he's talking jargon that reflects, you know, real people's usage in conversation all around him. So that's amazing stuff, right? That we have those many hundreds of pages that Lejeune wrote. And a great deal of it, you know, helps us guides us, you know, to talk straight up BC jargon. Mm-hmm.
You would have thought that there'd be a lot of Chinook stuff out of Tate, because like he was so involved with the chiefs and the early Indian rights activists, you know, and well, maybe that's not the right word, but you know, those early meetings with the chiefs he was always at. He was translating their words for the government, you know. I'm sure he was speaking just a huge amount of Chinook. His wife was Indigenous too. His first wife.
Lucy Antko. Dred Thompson Salish Fluchman. Yeah, but you know, jargon didn't get written down very much.
Yeah.
Even if you knew it very well. it was exceptional circumstances that led to you writing it. You know, it was exceptional that some native communities were taught reading and writing via jargon. So then, well, they're the rare people who wrote quite a bit of jargon, right? And Father Lejeune wrote a lot of jargon, likewise, for a pretty rare reason. Well, he had a newspaper, and he had to communicate with people from many ethnicities in an efficient way. You know, hardly anybody else would really write down the jargon, even if they were talking it all day long.
No, Henry
What?
Zink sent me a catechism that Modest Demers used in Victoria,
Mhm.
but it's a little bit, different, definitely Fort Vancouver, Chinook, but that's the one everybody had to learn apparently for the church.
Yeah, and that I haven't checked that connection. I've seen that.
They do, Sam, they do mention, because St. Ange sort of compiled that work, right? And he also helped, he originally, I think, was the one who was writing the Bible history. But you can read in the Kamloops Wawa, they basically say, oh, his Chinook is like two different people aren't understanding it, so we're going to have to translate it into our Chinook. So
including the word we were talking about, the word, for hitting, right? St. Ange in that history uses buck.
Yeah.
P halo flux to contact icta buck BC.
So I doubt they would use that book, because they were aware that it was sort of a different dialect of Chinook, or different enough that it caused issues.
I do wonder if Victoria had was more oriented toward Fort Vancouver, because a lot of the people came directly from Fort Vancouver to Victoria, including Modest.
Copiilip. Copiilip, right? Yeah. In the first years, that's just, certainly that had to be true. Yeah. And it was neat to notice, something I shared the other day on my website. Well, there's this word in the local, Salish language, Sanchathan, that could only have come, from people acquainted with Métis French around Fort Victoria.
Mm.
The word for, metas, right? Leggings. Slimates, in the Sanchathan language. Well, with that le on it, they had to have gotten it from Métis French speakers, right? In jargon, the word is always just metas.
Mhm. And that's
So
leggings for a
leggings,
item. Mhm.
leg wraps or leather, what is it? Kind of like chaps or something. Yeah. That's neat stuff that we find, right? If you're talking about, Métis people around Fort Victoria, well, you're talking about early times of the fort.
Was it leggings for riding, or was that to keep warm? Wondering how people kept warm in those days.
Maybe it's decoration, I don't know.
Okay.
Layers,
Other-
layers, layers.
The way it's
Got-
described in that dictionary of Sanchathan, I think it says something about just leg wraps, right? Just, probably something to keep you warm.
Mhm.
But I always thought of leggings as just sort of leather sort of shields for the front of your legs. I don't know. It raises one of these questions that, we keep realizing, hey, we always just see this word in kind of frontier era documents, and we don't pay it much attention. But hey, what are leggings? It kind of matters to figure that out.
Mhm.
Right? What were people talking about? Why would there be a word for it that was different than Sikalox? right? The jargon word for pants.
Well, pant, Sikalux is a full pant, right?
Yeah.
Or a-
And who wore leggings? You know, obviously it's a Métis thing because it's a Métis word.
Yeah.
You know, Matas
Hmm.
from Plains Cree.
I was reading the John Jewett slavery, story, and he hated the clothes of the native people because it was so cold, because it wasn't fitted. And I was thinking, maybe that's like, how would I could see wearing a nice coat for the fur traders, but what do they do with their legs? They don't have pants. Maybe they wrap their legs with things, and maybe that's matas.
Yeah, well, look, maybe they also wore grease. Have you heard that? If
I
you
heard-
rub grease on your skin, that's insulation.
I heard native people would do that. Yeah.
Jewett does talk about dipping everything in grease, so whale oil.
Yeah. And I know the climate of Vancouver Island. I have lived there, and by my standards, it's not warm ever. Ever.
Because of the wind.
There'd be a chilly wind at our neighborhood beach in July and August, and so on. But you always see in those early guys like Mears noting, that by their standards as Englishmen and such, these are filthy people. They're covered in grease. Well, guess what, fella? They're clothed in grease, and you're naked.
Oh,
They're dressed appropriately for the weather.
it's grease.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. They're always saying, these folks were going around naked and filthy. Well, actually, they were covered with what they needed to be covered with, functionally equivalent to Western clothing.
Keep the water and the wind off.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. It's a humid climate, right? Water is the biggest thing. The temperatures are not terrible as long as you have something to blunt the effect of the wind.
who was it? I don't know if somebody on this line, but somebody was telling me that when they ate ulakan, it just generates so much heat. Like he was going out on the water with his coat open because it was so hot. When you
Huh.
eat all this fatty food, it creates a whole lot of heat internally.
Well, they're very fatty, so a lot of omega.
Yeah, maybe that's why they would eat ulakan. It tastes pretty
Yeah.
awful, I heard.
Well, they boil them too for the fat, I think, and the grease, right?
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. You dip so much of your food in the hooligan grease. Yeah. That probably gives you some internal insulation, huh? Yeah.
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, like we're saying, it's good to kind of re-examine some of these things. I've read 1,000 times these old documents, complaining about dirty, naked native people, but you look at it in the correct light, that was appropriate to the situation there.
Mhm.
And dirty and naked are wrong words, and we read about leggings all the time and we think, oh, it's a kind of pants or something. Well, maybe it's a whole unique thing, and so there's a reason why there is a separate word for this, and you start pulling at these kind of connecting threads among things and learning a lot. Yeah. Well, yeah, Alta 9 o'clock. Noetka.
Aloima Hilmeth.
Was Rain saying that somebody was coming today?
Next
Next
week.
week.
Next week. Okay.
Terry Glavin.
Terry Glavin, the guy who wrote The Voice Great Within Us. I think. So,
The highest Tai newspaper man.
Thai newspaper man.
Terry Yaka birthday, Okok week. Facebook Wawa Naika Kakwa.
Hey,
That'll be interesting. Yeah. I guess you guys heard me say this once already. Terry was at our very first Chinook gathering.
mm,
You know, he played an important role in that.
Dave, I have a question for you about that first Chinook gathering. Any chance that anybody's got a name list of the people who attended?
Yeah, I betcha. Yeah.
Okay. Who would that person be?
On Facebook, Chinook group, jargon group. Yeah. One of the administrators is Jeff Kopp.
Okay.
KOPP,
He's Canadian, is he, or
Portland.
Portland? Okay.
Jeff is the kind of person to keep good records.
Okay.
We didn't expect, for example, we didn't expect it, but he wound up recording a lot of the
Oh,
first Chinook
wonderful.
gathering.
I tell you what, believe it or not, so Sam and I were just talking the other day. The fact of the matter is that next year will be the 25th anniversary of that first gathering. And it would be quite wonderful if something similar could be organized for 2023.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kawanakatantan.
So,
yeah, well, there should be discussions about that. I mean, now we have, you know, grown from about 25 people in the internet world knowing about Chinook jargon and caring about it back then
so
to more like 2,500 at least. Yeah, I think, you know, putting the word out about that to organize it would get some nice results.
and then
Mhm.
what in Mission? What was the venue you gents used, or you folks used in Mission?
Oh, gee, it was the old residential school.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not interesting.
Yeah, there was quite a few of us. Yeah, that were more or less physically ill to be in that environment. You know, but still, you know, made a long drive to be there. You know, for this purpose, right?
Mm.
The results were good. Everybody was happy about that. There's definitely a lot of people feeling spooked, though. You know, sleeping in the residential school dormitories and so on. Yeah, there's lots of other nice venues in the world.
Well, I'm looking at Sam's dining room, and I think that'll make a great space there.
yeah. Big dining room. Yeah.
Oh, fake
One-
is it? Oh, okay.
That should hold some good.
When I stay in
Um,
Cranbrook, I never stay in the residential school side for that very reason, Dave.
Mhm.
Half
Yeah,
of their hotel is actually the old residential school.
Yeah, St. Eugene's.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, but it's still
beautiful,
has
but
that-
it's creepy.
And
I'm
it's-
going to say Klahowya now, and so I hope to see all you folks again next week when Terry joins us. So,
Oh,
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I am
All the night of Wawa, off in the side of Wawa.
asking.